This is located right at the top of Mali, near the Todeni Mountains. And what it shows to me is double-lined, meaning either a canal of some sort or maybe a road. But I believe they were canals, and I believe that they were part of an ancient canal system throughout the Sahara Desert. With Jimmy from Bright Insight making a global connection using ancient megalithic structures throughout the world, we really ought to be looking at these canals that are in the Sahara Desert. Not just the ones that are near the Eye of Africa, but also these ancient lines that go everywhere, crisscrossing. I mean, is this a line of mountain? Well, look at it. It's got two lines also. It's a double lined, filled with sand, maybe a canal. I'm not here to make any 100% declarations of results, finding whatever. What I am here about is to say we have multiple lines. Look at that. Here's another one right down there. And they're double lines, meaning a filled-in canal. I mean, that's a very natural line. I wouldn't want to say that's a canal. I mean, where's it going? That's kind of a ridge. And maybe it's older than the canal. Maybe it's younger than the canal. But when we back away, and by the way, you've got yourself the ancient prison here. This is the place that I was looking for a year ago, and I couldn't find it. But I have been looking at this area for a while. I just didn't look at that ancient prison. What I'm finding here is the complex of ancient canals going in this area right here in the north end of Mali. There's the Eye of Africa. And then up here, you've got all sorts of ancient lines. Because I say ancient because they're underneath the sand dunes that are 1,000 feet tall. I've shown this before over here, especially this area right here. But what I didn't realize was that this Todeni prison in the mountains, you're seeing these lines everywhere. The so-called ancient Lake Maghreb was about here. They're talking about going through here and flooding the Sahara. They're talking about previously an ancient ocean cutting through this land. And I showed that in my clip. Let me find that really quick. If I go here to my I think I can find it this way. I made a comment. I had been looking for this for almost a year, and the reason why I didn't find it was so far away. Because I thought that square looked just like the castles of the Eye of the Sahara, which turned out to be forts, in my opinion. But this one, if I could zoom in there a little bit. How do I zoom into that? Open image in new tab. There you go. This one comes from Giorgio Sarantini's video about the misinterpretation of the Plato's Timaeus and the fact that the Eye of the Sahara does align with the previous landmasses before the Great Flood filled this in with sand. But I'm not going to say whether or not it's possible. That it is a nice little rendition. And when we look at this, we can see that this area here was a big, huge plain. This map doesn't show Plato's level plain at all. So, of course, it doesn't fly with my whole Randall Carlson was wrong about where Atlantis was, because it couldn't have been here either. With this map, you do have a big, huge area right here, but with this ocean there, I don't really want to make any more judgments. I just want to point out that there's an idea brewing that the entrance in the Pillars of Hercules were originally right here. There's so much to be learned from this area. I would love to go there myself. If anybody wants to help me get there, let's go. I'll drop everything I'm doing and go. I'm tired of this. I'm ready to go. I'll probably end up dying over there. I can imagine myself dying in the middle of this vast area, in the middle of nowhere, with nobody around. I think about it every day. And I do think that it's probably going to be a future goal of mine. I do have some things I have to take care of first, but if some type of a sugar daddy or sugar mama came along and wanted to send me there, let's go. I'll buy all the cameras. I have all the equipment already. I'll go there, and I would go straight to the Eye of the Sahara, and I would go straight to the hinges that exist there. I would go to the ancient canals that exist there. But in my opinion, there aren't any megalithic structures that show, for example, statues or buildings. We've got the breccia rocks that prove that mining has happened. Even Randall Carlson says people have been here for the last 100,000 years. Sorry. And they were probably there 13,000 years ago when the Younger Dryas event happened. I personally believe that a comet struck the center of the Eye of Atlantis, and that's what the whole quarry / floodplain is. But I'm not a scientist. I just happen to have a year under my belt of looking at this area using Google Maps and research papers. Got quite a few research papers about this whole area. And it does coordinate with what Herodotus wrote. It coordinates with what Plato wrote. So let's get going. Let's figure this out. Mauritania has water now. This place is going to be green in 100 years. We're going to see this area green up. You can see the ancient civilizations through their massive ancient canals. So that's all I wanted to say for now. I definitely think that I'm kind of done looking at this area, although I am interested in knowing where was that going. Is that a canal that got buried under sand? Was it going this direction? Kind of feel like it is a little bit too clean of an arc to be natural. And then this straight line here. I mean, let's be honest. What's the probability of a nice clean arc like that and then a nice straight line like that happening naturally? Now, I'm willing to believe that a government in the last 300, 400, 500 years made this. Or could it be the circular ditch that Plato wrote about? And right up here, we have more ancient lines. And you can see those ancient lines under thousands of feet of sand. Every time you see a white mark like this, what you've got is a mineral plain of evaporated water that evaporated so long that the minerals turned into alkaloids like that. But what about these ancient lines that we see underneath? Like this ridge. What is it? I want to know more. Look at that line. What is that? What is that? Is that one of the canals that Plato wrote about? If you don't know what I'm talking about, take a look at my... And I love Randall Carlson, but take a look at my Randall Carlson was wrong about Atlantis video, because I went through it. I don't want to tack it on to the end of this video at this time, because I am going to change this channel. But when I find new things, I can't help but want to put them on. You see these ancient lines going through. I got to get there. Got to go. Got to do some research. I want to do it. What's that one? Look at that. These lines are just too simple. And that's where I was just now, looking at these lines over here. So that's where I started, and now that's where I'm ending. I'm not going to edit this video. I don't have time. I'm just going to click it, and it's done. We're going to be doing a new rearrange of all the videos. So I'm going to be starting a new channel soon. I already have a few channels up there, and I would like to start advertising them on my channel, but it seems like it doesn't matter because, as I said in my video yesterday, look at that one. There's a mountain, and then you've got this. It's too not resolute enough. What is that line? You know, who made that? You telling me that's natural? When we got in close, we saw double wide canals. Now they're not coming in enough. So that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you want to subscribe to this channel, fine. I'm going to start a couple new ancient civilization channels and start populating them with my old videos. And I don't have a lot of time these days, so this is something that I want to do, but I can't do it. I'd rather just come out with new stuff instead of trying to recycle the old stuff, because a lot of my old stuff, I was ignorant. I didn't know what I was talking about, and I still don't, but I know more now than I did then. When you see a double wide line like that, you think, whoa, could that have been a canal? And if you want to go over the other canals over here at the eye of the Atlantis, sorry, the eye of the Sahara, I can show you canals here. I can show you one here, and then there are the ancient canals here and here that are very clear. And I believe that they definitely, I mean, come on, 20 miles long? This ain't just a river. See, what I need to do is go there and find out where's the highest peak. And then, was it cutting through, or was it just naturally created? I'd like to know more about that. That one too, right there. Look how long that is. It goes all the way down. The sand kind of came over here. It kind of, I mean, is it a mountain or is it a canal? And how long is it? It's like 20 miles. That's 10 right there. Well, I'd like to go and look at the most ancient canal known to man right now and then compare it to these canals and see what shapes they are, because I already knew 95% of what Jimmy told us in his last video, that Bright Insight channel. But I also learned 5% more. 100%, I'm never going to claim I knew 100% of what he was talking about. He doesn't even know this stuff. Because anybody who claims to have known is being ignorant. Look at this one. I think there's an ancient line going right through there. I think there was a major wash right through here. And you can see the tear apart along this ancient shoreline right there at the north end. This was a major river right here. This was a river. I've been referring to this as a lake, but now I believe that this was a major river. The Taman was set going to the ocean. And I agree with Graham Hancock. We need to be researching these ancient shorelines, and we could probably find a lot of stuff out here. Let me say one more thing. This edge here is so similar to this edge here. This is one of the most ancient shorelines that we have on the planet Earth. The rest came after. So we're talking about the oldest part of the planet. Of course there were people here 100,000 years ago like Randall Carlson said in this video. I'm not going to edit this, so you're getting all my bad takes. I'm going to just go ahead and leave it as it is because I don't really want to spend a lot of time. I might edit it in the future. I was trying to get a couple of ideas down, especially what I showed at the beginning. So now you know my strategy. Have a great day, and please be safe from the coronavirus. Bye-bye.